Listen carefully, because what you're about to hear is not meant for everyone. This message is for the ones who feel pressure to announce their moves, to explain their dreams, to seek approval before they even begin. It's for the ones who are working in silence and wondering if that silence means they are losing. It doesn't. In fact, it means the opposite. Right now, while the world is busy making noise, the most dangerous people are moving quietly. We live in a time where people celebrate intentions more than outcomes, where talking feels like progress and posting feels like purpose. Everyone wants to be seen starting, but very few are willing to be unseen while building. And that's where most dreams deep, not from failure, but from exposure. Too many opinions, too much doubt, too much noise, too early. This is why the strongest moves are made without announcements. If you've ever shared a goal and felt your motivation fade afterward, you're not alone. If you've ever been discouraged by someone who couldn't see what you see, you're not weak. That's the pattern. The world doesn't reward beginnings, it tests them. And the test always starts with silence. No applause, no encouragement, just you and the work. That's where character is built. This video is not here to hype you up for 5 minutes and leave you empty after. This is here to rewire how you think about progress, success, and power. Because real power doesn't explain itself. Real growth doesn't ask for permission. And real success doesn't arrive with a countdown. It shows up unannounced. You don't need to convince anyone of who you're becoming. You don't need to update people on your plans. You don't need validation to move forward. What you need is patience, discipline, and the courage to work when nobody is watching. Because the moment you stop seeking attention, you start building momentum. Stay with this message till the end. Because if you truly understand it, you'll stop wasting energy trying to be seen and start investing energy into becoming undeniable. You'll realize that silence is not absence, it's preparation. And when the results arrive, they won't introduce you quietly. They'll speak so loudly that no explanation will ever be needed. Silence protects your vision because every meaningful idea is fragile in its early stages. When a dream is new, it is not strong enough to defend itself. It has no proof, no results, no visible structure. It exists only in your mind, and that makes it vulnerable. The moment you speak it out loud, you expose it to opinions, doubts, jokes, comparisons, and disbelief. Most people don't attack your vision because they are evil. They attack it because they cannot see it. And human beings tend to reject what they don't understand. Silence is not weakness here. It is armor. When you tell people what you are planning to do, you invite them into a future that hasn't happened yet. They judge that future using their past experiences, their failures, their fears, and their limitations. If they fail trying something similar, they will project that failure onto you. If they never had the courage to dream big, your ambition will make them uncomfortable. If they are stuck, your movement will feel like an insult. Their words may sound casual, but they plant seeds in your mind. Seeds of doubt grow faster than seeds of belief. Another danger of speaking too early is emotional leaking. When you talk about your goals, your brain releases a small amount of satisfaction, almost like a reward. You feel productive just by talking. You feel important just by announcing. That false sense of progress can quietly reduce your hunger to actually work. You start confusing intention with action. Silence removes that shortcut. When nobody knows what you're building, the only way to feel good is to make real progress. Work becomes the reward, not applause. Silence also keeps you focused. Every explanation costs energy. Every argument drains attention. When people question your plan, you feel the urge to defend it. You start explaining instead of executing. You start proving instead of building. That shift is dangerous. The most successful builders spend very little time explaining themselves and a lot of time improving their craft. Silence allows your energy to go into growth, not justification. There is also a psychological strength that comes from moving quietly. When no one is watching, you are free to experiment, fail, adjust, and learn without pressure. You don't feel embarrassed when things don't work, because nobody knows they were supposed to work. You don't feel rushed to succeed just to save your image. This freedom is priceless. Growth requires mistakes, and mistakes require privacy. Silence gives you that space. Many people believe that sharing goals creates accountability. But for most beginners, it creates fear. Fear of being judged if they quit. Fear of being laughed at if they fail. Fear of not living up to expectations. This fear doesn't motivate, it paralyzes. True accountability comes from self-respect, not public announcements. When you care deeply about your own standards, you don't need an audience to stay committed. Silence also filters who truly supports you. When you succeed without announcing, you'll notice something interesting. Some people will celebrate you genuinely, and others will suddenly change their behavior. Silence reveals character. Loud plans attract fake support. Quiet progress attracts real respect. Those who matter will understand your journey when they see the results. Those who don't were never meant to be part of it. There is a timing to everything. Talking is powerful when the foundation is strong. Sharing is valuable when you have experience to offer. Teaching is meaningful when you've walked the path. But speaking too early is like opening the oven before the cake is baked. You ruin the process. Silence is patience in action. It means trusting the process enough to let it unfold. Protecting your vision doesn't mean you never speak. It means you choose carefully who earns the right to hear it. A mentor, a guide, someone who has already been where you want to go. These people don't laugh at beginnings, they respect them. They don't discourage, they sharpen. Silence isn't about isolation, it's about selectivity. In a noisy world where everyone is announcing moves they haven't made, silence becomes a competitive advantage. While others are busy talking, you are busy building. While others are chasing validation, you are creating value. When your work finally speaks, it will be loud enough that no explanation is needed. Silence protects your vision because it allows it to grow strong before it faces the world. It keeps your belief intact when doubt is everywhere. It keeps your energy focused when distractions are endless. And most importantly, it reminds you that real power moves quietly. When the time is right, results will introduce you far better than words ever could. Results speak louder than announcements because the world is built on evidence, not intention. Everyone has ideas, everyone has plans. Everyone says they are going to do something big someday. What separates the few who rise from the many who stay stuck is not what they say, but what they show. Announcements are easy. Results are expensive. They demand time, discipline, sacrifice, and patience. That is why people remember outcomes and forget promises. When you announce your goals, you are asking people to believe in a future version of you that does not yet exist. That belief is weak because it has nothing to stand on. Words without proof sound the same whether they come from a dreamer or a pretender. Results, on the other hand, remove all doubt. They don't need explanation. They don't need defense. They stand on their own and command attention naturally. There is also a hidden trap in announcing too early. The world tests you before it applauds you because success is never welcomed at the beginning. When you first start something meaningful, you are invisible. No one is cheering. No one is encouraging. No one is checking whether you're tired, confused, or scared. And that silence feels heavy. Most people mistake this phase as a sign that they are on the wrong path. But in reality, it is proof that the journey has just begun. Every real path starts in obscurity. In the early stages, the world doesn't see your effort, only your lack of results. You might be waking up earlier than everyone else, sacrificing comfort, learning things that don't make sense yet, and pushing forward even when progress is painfully slow. But from the outside, it looks like nothing is happening. This is where the test begins. Not a test of talent, but a test of belief. Do you still show up when nobody is watching? Do you still work when there is no applause? That question breaks most people. The world tests you through loneliness. When you are unknown, the road feels empty. Friends don't relate to your obsession. Family may not understand your priorities. People might even question why you're working so hard for something that hasn't paid off yet. This isolation is not punishment. It is preparation. Loneliness forces you to build a relationship with your purpose instead of your audience. It teaches you to rely on discipline rather than motivation. Another way the world tests you is through doubt, both external and internal. Others may openly doubt you, But the most dangerous doubt is the one that forms in your own mind. Late nights bring questions like, is this worth it? Am I wasting my time? Or what if I fail? These thoughts don't mean you're weak. They mean you're human. The test is whether you let those thoughts stop you or sharpen you. The world also tests you by delaying rewards. In the beginning, effort and results feel disconnected. You work hard, but nothing seems to change. This delay is intentional. It filters out people who are only interested in quick wins. If success came quickly, everyone would have it. Delayed rewards force you to build patience, consistency, and resilience. They teach you to work without immediate payoff, which is a skill most people never develop. During this phase, it can feel unfair. You may see others getting attention for less effort. You may watch people celebrate small wins while your biggest struggle goes unnoticed. This comparison is another test. Can you stay focused on your lane when others seem to move faster? Can you trust your process without needing validation? Those who pass this test develop unshakable focus. The applause comes later, but only after you survive the silence. When success finally shows itself, people suddenly notice. They call it overnight success, ignoring the years of unseen effort. They clap without knowing how many times you wanted to quit. They admire the strength without understanding the struggle that built. The applause is loud, but it is late. What most people don't realize is that the applause is not the reward. The real reward is who you become during the testing phase. The discipline you build, the skills you sharpen, the confidence you earn, these stay with you long after the noise fades. Applause is temporary. Growth is permanent. The world tests you because responsibility comes with success. If you can't handle being ignored, you won't handle being admired. If you can't work without praise, you'll collapse under criticism. The silent phase strengthens your character so that success doesn't destroy you when it arrives. Many people quit right before the applause begins. They misinterpret the struggle as failure. They think resistance means rejection, not realizing that resistance is part of the process. The world pushes back to see if you're serious. It asks, will you keep going even when this gives you nothing in return? Only if you answer yes. This is why you must learn to clap for yourself in the beginning. Celebrate small progress. Respect your own effort. Measure growth by discipline, not attention. When you do this, the lack of external applause no longer controls you. You become independent of the crowd. Eventually, when the world does applaud, it will feel different. You won't need it the way you once thought you did. You'll appreciate it, but you won't depend on it, because by then you will already know your worth. The world tests you before it applauds you, because true success is earned in silence, shaped by struggle, and revealed only when you're ready. Those who endure the quiet become the ones who can stand tall when the noise finally comes. Consistency beats validation, because progress is built in repetition, not recognition. Validation feels good, but it is unstable. It depends on other people's moods, opinions, attention, and approval. Consistency, on the other hand, depends only on you. When you choose consistency, you choose something you can control. You stop outsourcing your motivation to the world and start building it from within. Most people begin with excitement. They feel motivated when others support them, praise them, or believe in them. But excitement fades quickly, and so does validation. People get busy. Attention shifts. Applause dies down. If your drive is connected to how much encouragement you receive, your effort will rise and fall with it. This is why so many people start strong and disappear quietly. They weren't lacking talent or potential. They were dependent on validation. Consistency doesn't need an audience. It shows up on boring days, tired days, and painful days. It works when motivation is gone and confidence is low. It doesn't care whether anyone is watching. This is its power. When you build the habit of doing the work regardless of how you feel or how others respond, you become unstoppable. Your progress no longer depends on external fuel. Validation is addictive. Every compliment feels like proof that you are on the right path. Every like, comment, or word of encouragement becomes a signal to continue. But the danger is that silence starts to feel like failure. When validation disappears, doubt rushes in. You start questioning your direction, your ability, and your worth. This emotional roller coaster drains energy that should be invested in growth. Consistency creates internal validation. Each day you keep your promise to yourself, your self-respect grows. You begin to trust yourself. That trust becomes confidence, not loud confidence, but quiet, grounded confidence. A kind that doesn't shake when someone criticizes you or ignores you. The kind that doesn't need to announce itself. Another truth is that validation often comes too late to be useful. People usually praise you after results appear, not during the struggle. If you wait for validation to continue, you will quit long before it arrives. Consistency understands this. It accepts that the work must come first and the recognition later, if at all. Consistency also simplifies life. Instead of constantly asking, is this worth it or do people care? You ask a better question. Did I do the work today? This shifts your focus from outcomes to actions. When actions become the priority, results eventually follow as a side effect. Validation becomes irrelevant. Many people underestimate how powerful small, consistent actions are. They look insignificant in the moment, especially when no one notices them. But over time, they compound. A small effort repeated daily outperforms intense effort done occasionally. Consistency turns average ability into exceptional results. Validation cannot do that. There will be moments when you feel invisible, when no one acknowledges your effort, when your progress feels slow. These moments are not signs to stop. They are invitations to strengthen your discipline. Every time you continue without validation, you build emotional independence. You learn to move without permission. Consistency also protects you from ego. Validation can inflate ego quickly. It can make you complacent, careless, or distracted. When people praise you too early, you might start performing for approval instead of growth. Consistency keeps you grounded. It reminds you that mastery is built quietly, not performed loudly. Over time, something interesting happens. The same people who didn't validate you begin to respect you. Not because you asked for it, but because your consistency produced results. Validation becomes a byproduct, not a requirement. And by then, you don't need it anymore. Choosing consistency over validation is choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. It means accepting that some days will feel unrewarding. It means trusting the process even when there is no evidence yet. It means doing the work because it aligns with who you want to become, not because someone is clapping. In the end, validation fades. Trends change and tension moves on. But consistency builds skills, character, and identity. It shapes you into someone who finishes what they start. Someone who keeps going when it's hard. Someone who doesn't need approval to move forward. That is why consistency always wins. Not because it is exciting, but because it is reliable. Not because it feels good every day, but because it works. And when your life finally reflects the effort you put in, validation will arrive naturally, quietly following the path that consistency already carved. Before this ends, I want you to sit with one truth. The loudest people are rarely the most powerful. Power is built in silence, in discipline, in the moments no one claps for and no one sees. If you take nothing else from this message, remember this: your journey does not need an audience. It needs commitment. You don't owe anyone updates. You don't owe anyone explanations. You don't owe anyone proof while you are still becoming. The pressure to talk, to post, to announce is a trap. It steals your focus and feeds your ego while starving your progress. The moment you stop performing for approval, you start performing for purpose. There will be days when you feel invisible. Days when the work feels pointless. Days when quitting seems logical. Those are not signs to stop. They are signals that you are being tested. Tested to see if you can keep going without praise. Tested to see if you can trust the process when the results are delayed. Tested to see if you believe in yourself enough to continue without permission. Pass those tests, and the world will eventually have no choice but to notice. Understand this clearly. Success is not loud at the beginning, and it is not kind in the middle. It demands patience, humility, and relentless consistency. But it always rewards those who stay long enough. Not with instant applause, but with something far more valuable: respect, confidence, and freedom. When the results finally show, people will ask how you did it. They will say you were lucky. They will call it overnight success. Let them. They were not there during the quiet mornings, the late nights, the self-doubt, and the discipline. You don't need them to understand the process. You only need to remember it. So move quietly. Work relentlessly. Improve daily. Let your progress be private and your results be public. Let your discipline speak before your mouth ever does. Because when your actions align with your vision, words become unnecessary. And one day, without announcements, without explanations, without asking for attention, you will arrive. Not desperately, but confidently. And in that moment, the silence you endured will make sense. The struggle will feel worth it. And the results will speak in a language the world cannot ignore.